Hey, what's up? It's your girl Celeste. Signed by Celeste is my notary name, and welcome to my channel, Holy Ship and Print. So, today I would like to just talk to you guys about a few things that I decided to do to try to get more foot traffic into my door. Some things I did at the building itself that I believe were very important to kind of eliminating the curiosity that some have when they walk past the building. I have signage all over the doors, all in my windows, but people will literally walk up to my windows, put their face almost on it, and their hands up to the glass, looking in here, and some still don't pull the door handle, like they're nervous or just not sure enough about what we do and whether or not there's anything that they need from here. So I bought a few things from Amazon and other places that are assisting me with that. And some of it is things that I designed on Canva. Some are just items that I bought that are enhancing the ability to create reach to others. And then some are just regular old signage, like things that I didn't have out there, like a fan. Not a fan. What do you call this thing? Flag. It's a flag, not a fan. I think where them fans at been stuck in my head. Okay, so the first thing is something that I designed on Canva. I use these little clear acrylic stands for my countertops. And I created one that is a QR code for reviews for my business. So I did this QR code sign. I know it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but it basically says free air freshener when you leave a review. So I started selling air fresheners a while back. And I just think that people love free. I saw on someone else's page before that they were given a free t-shirt with a review. And, I can invest in t-shirts. I can give them Holy Ship t-shirts. I could see if they would wear a Holy Ship or, something with USPS, UPS, and whatever on it. But that's a little more expensive than what I want to spend. And I also want it to be relevant to what I enjoy about just how I make people feel or how this place makes people feel. So these air fresheners that I chose actually have affirmations or good sayings on them, and they're cute. There's so many little cute details around the store that people bring up and that they love, that it's just one added thing that I decided to use. So if you scan this QR code, if you can get it scanned, we'd love a review if you've ever been here. But you can also DM me or mail in, or I'll mail you a air freshener. But you have to have a reason for the review. Like, we have to have at least interacted in some way that was beneficial to you in a Holy Ship way, because I don't believe in reviews for people who have never been to your establishment. I've experienced that before with other businesses that I own. So I don't like that idea. If you've never been to my business, if you've never experienced us, if you've never visited, I'd prefer, whether good or bad, just don't review until you've actually had an experience with Holy Ship. Now let's go outside and I will show you this thing that I just put out here, which is a business card holder. And it's right here by the door. And it says take one. And it's because, like I said, I have all this signage out here. All of this. And people act like they don't know what it is that we do. Like, how could you not? How can't you tell? It's everywhere. It's all the way Over to the side, where I have another FedEx sign, Notary sign, signs that say we do marketing, that we're home when you're not. Like, I have signs. Oh, while I'm out here, let me do this. Look at my beautiful chairs and these planters. The planters belong to the grocery store down on the end. They actually make fresh fruits and vegetables. They grow fresh fruits and vegetables for their store, for their produce section, and for whatever they cook fresh. So I love that, and I get to experience it because this is the patio that is a part of my facility. So I am going to put probably some seat cushions and 3 umbrellas out here. And they are just about done painting everything. So I love it. And yes, they painted it my favorite green. You can go back inside. Again, how can you not tell what kind of business this is? So anyway, back to that. So they can take a card. And then, as I showed you, when you walk in, there's the review sign. So leave a review. Oh, back here, you haven't really seen my curio, which is one of my favorite parts of my store. It is how I display purses and different items, t-shirts, bags, bracelets, wallets. All right, so I have the business card holder that is for outdoors. I thought that was a great idea because a lot of people either come when you're closed or they come before you open. They're looking, I see them driving by, they slow down like in the parking lot. They're looking at all of the signage, but they still don't seem to know exactly what it is that we do. I don't know how else to explain it. So the card does a decent job of explaining what we are and what we do. I will show you my business card so you can see that I just decided to put a bunch of the logos on it. I have my logo on there, and then it basically just has a way to contact us and the address. Adding a way for them to easily get to your reviews is another something that I think is wonderful and important. I also created a QR code for our Instagram page so people can easily follow us on Instagram. And I just sit that on the counter next to our FedEx mat. So that is on the counter. Also, I laminated this. We laminate things here. So I like to show that we can laminate. And this has had people ask me if we laminate things. So yeah, I laminated one. I sit it on the counter. They can access it easily that way. And it also creates inquiries into lamination. Okay, so as far as the reviews, you're not supposed to pay people, you're not supposed to even truly really ask in a sense for them, but you can suggest and you can, I guess in a way you can ask as long as you're not asking for a good one versus a bad one. But I think that the signage works very well, and I will share with you what air fresheners I decided to give because, again, it was an inexpensive way for me to tell you thank you for experiencing us and sharing what your experience was with us here. And it's almost like it's almost a no-brainer. The person was so excited to get a air freshener, and I offered this other type, like we have really kind of fancier ones that go along with our theme, ones that look like plants, ones that look like rainbows and butterflies, and then there are these kind of cutesy little ones with sayings that are similar to like the tiny potato. And I want to show you a couple other things around the the area around my desk that people love to look at. I will go ahead and turn this around again. We will go around my desk and we will look at the couple of. So let me flip this. It's not going to let me flip it. At my desk, yes, I have the FedEx barcode and the map, or the map for zoning. But they also stand here and they read these little signs that are little reminders and things that are just feeling generators. So people get great feelings for coming here and what we do. And I love it. And then they love my little bell. So they're always ringing my bell as well. The young lady today who did the review, she chose this one. And it's because she had a unfortunate loss in her family and she wanted one that had affirmations. She wanted a air freshener that had affirmations on it because she just wanted one that kind of spoke to her and her situation. And it says, "Even on the darkest days, I will stand tall and find the sunshine." So she chose this sunflower. And I love that. I love that it gave her a choice and that it also made her connect and feel some type of way. So the other thing I added in the last couple weeks was my UPS sign, because we just got approved not too long ago, like a month ago, for UPS services. I've been saying UPS for a very long time because we've been in the process the entire time, and it was being approved, but we were going through steps. So they were looking for something, waiting for something. I had to resubmit several different things over and over again. But in March, I got approved, and I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful. So my sign is up for UPS. So that wasn't in the window before because I couldn't advertise anything until they said so. And that's how it works. And so I'm excited for what's to come. I am not even on their store finder yet. I've been looking. Other people have been looking. It doesn't come up, but eventually I will be. I will be on their store finder, and I expect that to increase my foot traffic as well. Another thing is a couple people have found me. So there have been some people who said they didn't know I had a YouTube channel, but somehow they knew I advertised, or they saw me in like Facebook groups. And so they came to check us out, and they also came to kind of pick my brain. So finally, Winston, I've had my people come not from YouTube directly, but from seeing me on other social media platforms and wanting to come check the store out and also find out about possibly opening a store similar to ours, or, you know, at least a ship center, because I think our store is pretty unique. And I do explain that part when I talk to people as well, because that actually was some of my holdup, was how unique this store is. So I just want to segue that by saying I do offer mentorship. I do share that here in the store, that I offer mentorship. The people who came just down to see me, they were able to ask a few questions, kind of look around if they want to do something a little more deep than that. I mean, I give you the rundown, but it's still not the same as having somebody there who has the experience and can assist you along the way so that you can avoid some of these pitfalls. So I enjoy helping people. I enjoy seeing the enthusiasm about people wanting to open mailbox stores. So again, if you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. I am somewhat of an open book. Obviously, I have the channel, so I'm going to share things that I can share online, and things that I can't share online. You just have to, you're going to have to call me, or let's book a session, whatever you'd like to do. But I've been a business mentor for at least 17 years. I've been in business for 25 almost. So, yeah, hit me up. So that was that, but it was fun. It was really fun talking to her, the one lady who came by, and then there's another young man who's in the postal industry. He actually was getting a job with the post office and was considering opening his own store similar to this. So hopefully, hopefully, he didn't decide not to get his government job with the post office, and he can do both. Like, you can do both if you do this the right way. If you have the right savings, if you have the right guidance, you can do this. And he could still have his government job until he sees if it works for him. And then quit if you make millions. That's how I would do it. So, yeah. Let me know if anybody has questions. This was just a really short video just to kind of tell you some of the things that we did to try to gain some visibility. Okay, so something else that I use on a daily basis usually is a chalkboard sign. I bought that off of Amazon. It's just like anybody else's sidewalk sign. I just wanted mine to look, my store is very similar to like an antique boutique or a speakeasy or something like that. So they have older style or restaurant style, boutique style signs. And I wanted one that I could use, that I could change often and also fit the aesthetic. So I bought this white bordered wooden chalk sign that I could change. And that is what I put on the sidewalk. Now, I will tell you, when it's windy, it will blow around. So get a sandbag. I broke one of the chains on the side of it because it kept falling and people would pick it up. Like, people were walking by when I was trying to get people in here the very first summer, because now I'm approaching a year. I cannot believe it, but I'm approaching a year of being here. And the first summer that we were here, people would actually, the sign, it wasn't that windy all the time. So people saw the sign, they just saw it. They didn't, they walk right by it, whatever. As it we live in a very, very windy area in the fall. So as fall began to approach, I couldn't keep that sign out there at all because it kept falling daily. So people were having to pick it up. They were leaning it up against the building. It was getting scratched up, broken. So get a sandbag. Yeah, you need a sandbag to keep it still, okay? Or something that can hold it still, some sort of weight. So sidewalk sign, excellent for being able to change what you have going on. If you're gonna give specials on certain days, like create a day for your neighborhood. Like I don't know if anybody watches these other channels, but some of the neighborhoods are very, very homey. Like, I think Fishtown seems so homey to me. So I would make a Fish Box Friday or something, like something where the hometown gets maybe 10% off shipping. Do that so that they feel something. I'm gonna do a Tinley Park Tuesday because I want them to feel something. I don't only want people to ship from around here on Tuesday, but if they start coming in on Tuesday because they understand that I'm offering them something for being in the neighborhood and for choosing my business, then maybe they'll ship on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday too. That's how it goes. So that's how marketing goes. And that's what I feel like we should be trying, especially with this very touchy subject of the tariffs coming up. I'm almost at a loss for words. I've seen some utter craziness already with these tariffs. A few weeks back or a month or so ago, people were asking me if I thought I would be affected by the tariffs. And I wasn't really sure in this business if I would be affected. I am a business owner first in, other businesses that help me fund this business. So I knew I was going to see some tariffs in those industries, one of them being the car, audio, and electronics industry, and the other being window tint. So those have materials that we buy often that cross the border that I knew might be affected by the tariffs. But I wasn't thinking deep enough. I don't think I was really thinking how this business would potentially be affected. I knew maybe my boxes would be more expensive. Maybe the tape and packing stuff that I use would be a little more expensive. I didn't really think a whole lot further than that. I saw a video recently talking about some of the things that have come down the pipeline, and I don't want to talk hearsay about anything, but basically, people, I know if I was seeing Amazon come through this parking lot 3 times a day for the last several months, in the last 2 months or so, it has definitely gone down from 3 times a day to maybe twice a day. And then in the last few weeks, it has gone down to once a day, if at all. So I know that I'm seeing that effect. So people are buying less products. They're shipping less items to themselves, or they're shopping less, somebody's shipping less. Somebody said people might be consolidating packages because things are getting more expensive. So instead of you getting 5 or 6 packages to scan for one person that might be little smaller packages, they're putting all of those 5 or 6 in a bigger box. So you're only getting one package for that client to scan. So for us, it makes a huge difference. Like, of course, to the shipper, they're shipping something once and it's going to the same place. So instead of making, 6 $5 shipments, they're making one $13 shipment, and that works out better for them. I understand. But for us in this industry where we get paid via people dropping things off and or having scans to scan out to people, or to mail packages to scan, to get paid for that, to have people dropping things off, they got to be buying. People have to be buying in order for them to drop things off, unless they're just returning, and you don't want them returned with a USPS label, because then that still doesn't pay you anything. So there is an effect that I did not consider when it comes to the tariffs. Are packages down in your location? For me, I have a few clients that their package rate is up. They are doing more business. They are buying more things. And so those packages are coming in, but just in an everyday circumstance, like, I'm not getting as many packages as I was for different people. It's more so a couple of clients that have more packages coming in than they usually would, rather than everybody getting something delivered here. So how's that going for you guys? How have the tariffs affected you? Have they affected you in any way? Did you think about what would or could be the effect that you would have in your store from the tariffs? Now, I know the other thing is, it's kind of scary just hearing all of these different things. I don't want to fearmonger. I don't want to pass out any erroneous information, but I started when I was in corporate. The last corporate job I had was in logistics. I was a dispatch supervisor at a large trucking company. And I know how the truckers' lives depend on loads. And I'm hearing that the ports are getting filled up with empty trailers. So there's not work. Even though there are trailers at the port, like 30 to 40% of them, so I hear, are empty. And if that is true, and there is, there are shipping containers coming, but nothing to unload and nothing to take to another place to deliver, that is going to affect us so greatly. And I can't even fathom exactly what the impact will be. So I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is finding creative ways to make it through this whole tariff situation and this economy. I don't see the complete downturn that, a lot of people see. I also don't see the savings that people are saying they see. But I am not seeing a whole lot of explained increase in the cost of things that I purchase. other than people mentioning tariffs. So I just want to know what y'all are out there doing and how you're navigating this situation. So good or bad, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, because this can be considered a rough time for certain businesses, smaller businesses that don't have the ability to either wait longer for something that they used to get overseas to cross, or paying higher price, because you have to pass that price on to your customers. You can't just eat it. A lot of people who are smaller in business are charging more already because they don't have the resources to be able to get everything in bulk. So if you can't get it in bulk, you can't get it for less expensive prices. And if you can't get it for less expensive prices, then you're already at a rate that people are questioning paying. So now to have to increase that price, because now your price for what you were getting to create this custom product or whatever you were creating for this person has increased. Yeah. So let's go on to better notes. Let's work together and find a way to navigate the tariffs, the price increases, the slowdown of packages. Let's increase our foot traffic. Let's try to speak to as many people as we can. Let's network. Let's go live if we can. I rarely talk about it, but I do go live on TikTok. I do have a TikTok page. I do have a TikTok shop. So that is another source of income for me. I am somebody that has 5,500 TikTok followers or somewhere in that range. And so I definitely connect with people there, and I have gone live there. I definitely have a shop or showcase there. I have sold some of my boutique items there. I think TikTok is an excellent platform for people who don't have Shopify or Etsy and can't necessarily afford to list their products somewhere, because TikTok was shipping a lot of my items for free. I don't know if you know that, but you can list your items on their platform if they give you a showcase or a TikTok shop. And a lot of times they will help you, if not take care of the shipping, or they will give coupons to your clients and still not take your money. So if you're selling it for $10 and you expect to get $10 for it, TikTok is still going to give you that $10 for it, and they can still give $3 off by giving 30% coupons to your clients. So it's an excellent platform. I love all my social media platforms because they've all assisted me in business, but TikTok is one of my favorite for sales. So use that tip if you want. I am also willing to, if you have a great product, let me say this to you directly. Let me sit and look you in the eye, okay? If you have a great product, if you make something, candles, if you make, perfumes, if you make essential oils, anything, coloring books, anything that you would like to list, I am willing to list my subscribers' products that I can vet and verify on my TikTok shop. If you are not the type of person that has been live or committed to kind of growing your page and you want a chance to showcase your product, hit me up, because I want to see what you have to offer, if it aligns with what I believe in and or can support, and then we can talk as a supporter. I'm not going to charge you anything for it. It just will get sold from my TikTok shop that actually supports me as well. It would just be you listing it on a platform that shouldn't cost you to list it, and you have to ship it out. So I have to be able to trust that once you sell something on my TikTok shop, it's going to actually be shipped and delivered to the client. Otherwise, can't list you. I will have to block, ban, and do all those other things, and I don't like that kind of thing. So I'm hoping to be able to vet anybody that wants that sort of opportunity. But I offer that here in the store. So let me talk about that to my YouTube fam that actually has stores like mine. Get with your local creators, get with your local crafters. If you have space in your store and you're trying to figure out how you can start your gift shop or how you can start supporting the neighborhood or how you can bring more traffic in from the community, an easy way to do that is to offer creatives and crafters a space in your store. Let them do consignment there. Definitely do your due diligence, make legal agreements, make sure you're not selling anything that you don't align with, and then also just, complete and total understanding and financial setup for how you would like to be compensated, if at all, for offering this space in your store, which offers your clients additional items that they can look at, view, and purchase. If you don't want to be a part of their taxes, a part of their whole setup of their business and integrated into their business, there are ways for you to do that. My personal way that I suggest would be for them to create a special code for the client that has purchased from them, so that you have zero to do with the actual transaction other than them picking up product at your location. But make it very, very clear that this is not a holy ship purchase. This is not a, this item wasn't created by you. If they start to itch after using that person's skincare, which I would steer very clear away from things that you don't think that you should, want to ensure in that way. Like, you don't even want to have to fight that fight. If somebody is like, they created a skincare product, I used the skincare product, I picked it up from you, and I started to itch. Hello. All right, y'all. So I talked about bringing foot traffic into the store, talked a little bit about how the tariffs have affected me so far and how they could eventually affect me. And I'm hoping we all find ways to navigate that and survive and thrive. Also, just advertise, learn Canva, a free resource that can help you create advertisements for your business and promote your business for free on any of your social media platforms. Make sure you're doing all of that. If you don't have someone doing that for you, find a niece, a nephew, a friend, somebody who is interested in social media that can assist you with that, or hire a social media manager if that's what you think you need to do. But it's important to have a social media presence today with the way that people communicate. I actually found out that I'm not listed on the voice activated version of Google. So it makes a big difference. Like, if you use your phone, I don't know if you have an iPhone or if you're an Android user, but either Hey Siri or Gemini, whatever you do, Bixby, whoever it is, your business, and say like UPS store near me, say FedEx near me, see if you come up, because if you don't, that's a problem. That means it's not coming up for other people as well. So the voice activated thing is kind of a different segment of Google and your profile. So some companies are calling you and they're trying to get you to join it, and they charge a fee. I think it is, I believe it does cost, even if you do it yourself. So look into it, because that is a lot of business that I know I'm missing for people who actually talk into their phone and say, find a shipping store near me, find FedEx near me, whatever the case may be, because I don't come up. If I type it, then I come up. If I type it, I will come up. If I don't type it and I say it, it doesn't come up. So That's kind of a big deal. Look into that for your store. Make sure that you're coming up on all the searches. Add pictures to your Google platform if you have not. That actually updates it and it makes it more valid. It makes it more present. It kind of pushes it up in the algorithm. So add pictures to your Google profile. Just drive traffic to your store. We're all trying to survive this whole. If you have a new shipping store, you're trying to survive the first year. You're trying to survive the first 5 years. So try to, focus on mailboxes, focus on printing, focus on graphics, build as much of a community as you can inside of your store. Try special days for the neighborhood, special discounts for the neighborhood, that sort of thing. Join the neighborhood app. Make sure you're engaging on the neighborhood app and engage on all the platforms that you feel comfortable talking to people on, and engage because it makes a difference. It brings visibility to your store and it actually brings them in sometimes. So I met a lot of people from the neighborhood app. I have met a lot of people from Facebook groups. So definitely utilize the free platforms. I mean, Neighborhood app has a paid advertisement also. I don't use that. Facebook has paid advertisements. I haven't been using those in years. I use them for my electronic store. I use them for my my website years ago, but I don't use them now. I'm sure they would be effective in some way if I did the ads properly. But right now, I'm just focused on free. I'm going to leave it there because I could easily continue to talk about the things that we should do to try to stay in business, to try to thrive, to try to build business, to try to increase our network so that we can increase our net worth. And yeah, I'm just going to say, I appreciate y'all. I hope you learn something every time you watch one of my videos. If you have not already, please like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you know when I put a video out, because it's been random so far. But I have recently started putting them out more frequently, so I do want y'all to know when I put one out. I just put one out last week or the other day. Yesterday, I think I uploaded one, and I'm going to upload another one today or tomorrow. So yeah, roll with me. Subscribe. I appreciate any feedback, and I hope y'all are doing well. I'm Celeste. Signed by Celeste is my notary name. My phone never stops ringing. But stick with me on my journey, and I will see y'all on the next one.